But before we dive into the rules, let's see what kind of madness are we unpacking. So here is what's inside the transport bag. First, we have the cards with 52 number cards going from 1 to 13. Then we have the game-changing warp cards, total of 11. And the rest of the deck. Then we have the plunger crown for the winner, on which, when you score, you put your charms. To go with it, we have all the charms, a total of 18, that you put when you score. And last but not least, we have the poop ring for the loser that you can put on the hand. Well, now that we unlocked the chaos, let's learn how to play it. Getting started depends entirely on how many players you have. If you have only 3 players, please remove all the 11, 12 and 13 cards. 10 will be the highest. If you are 4 to 6 players, use the whole deck. And if you're 7 to 12 players, you'll need the expansion pack. To choose the dealer for the very first round, everyone needs to draw 1 card. Warp cards will count as 0, and the player with the highest number becomes the first dealers and plays first. So in this case, this player will be the dealer. The dealer will need to shuffle and distribute the whole deck of cards to each player. Each player will also get to pick up their very own 3 charms. The charms should be all the same for each player. So each player have to have the 3 matching charms. The goal of the game is to get rid of all your cards. On your turn, you can play a single card or a set of identical cards like pairs or 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind. To beat the previous hand on top of the pile, you must match the exact same type of set of either the same value, which will immediately skip the next person's turn, or a higher value, which keeps play continuing normally to the next player. This wouldn't be a Rabbids game without complete chaos. You can also play warp cards to mess with the rules. You're allowed to play 1 warp card per turn, but you must play it before your number cards. Here's the golden rule. You must shout its name loud and clear to activate it. If you fail to shout it, the card is cancelled and discarded. Voila! Plus, the other players can play a na card to cancel immediately your warp card as it's played. Na! If you cannot or don't want to play, you can pass. But beware, once you pass, you cannot play again until the current pile is cleared. If everyone else passes, the last player to lay down the cards clears the pile and starts a brand new one with the set they want. The round ends when the player runs out of cards, dividing everyone into 3 social classes. The Majesty, the first player to get rid of all their cards. They immediately take the crown, place 1 of their charms, and get ready for the next round. The Rabbids, all the players who finished in the middle, and the Poop Lord, the absolute last player still holding cards. Starting on round 2, you perform the ring ceremony and tax exchange before playing. The Majesty places the Poop ring on the Poop Lord's middle finger. Then the Poop Lord must give 2 of their best cards to the Majesty, and the Majesty gives any 2 cards of their choice to the Poop Lord. Just make sure the Majesty is actually wearing the Plunger Crown, or this entire exchange can be cancelled. You think the Majesty is safe? Think again. Enter the Coup. Coup! If you get rid of all your number cards but still have warp cards in your hand, you can attempt the Coup. You must shout Coup out loud and you immediately steal the Plunger Crown from the current Majesty, winning the round right there and then. Just don't get greedy. Only one successful coup can happen per round. If another player tries to double coup, they fail instantly and become the Poop Lord, and the round ends immediately. So how do you win? The game ends when a player manages to put their 3 charms into the crown, or after full 5 rounds if the charms are equal. Most charms wins. And that's how you play Rabbids Cards Royale. Gather your friends, practice your best bois, and try to keep your hands off the poop ring. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.